Hello everybody and welcome to another ASMR video. Now we're going back to football videos today, and as you can see by the title and on the screen, we're doing a tier list. We're doing a tier list of English football clubs. Now this is going to be massively controversial, so don't go leaving a barrage of hate just because, you know, you're a Bristol City fan and I've branded your tin pot. Okay, it's all positive vibes here. So yeah, essentially what I'm gonna do is just go through pretty much. I just found this website and I'm gonna go through in the order that the clubs are here. They're in a really random order actually, but that's what we're gonna do. Now, this is gonna be the last video I put out before Christmas. Obviously, it is the 20th today when this will go out, and I think the next upload will probably be around the 27th, 28th. As you know, it's Christmas time, and I'm probably not gonna have too much time to make videos, and you know, I'll be spending it with family, etc. All of that jazz. So, I hope that's okay. This will also be the last time that I record with this terrible mic. This mic is my live streaming mic and it cost me about 20 quid, and it does a really good job when you're talking, but with whispering you get a lot of background noise, so there is a new mic on the way. I've got a Blue Yeti coming, which I'm very, very excited about. And I've also got a new camera coming. I sold my other camera because it was a really good camera, but it just, for what I needed it for, wasn't doing the job, so I'm selling that and then buying a different one. So we're sprucing up the channel a bit as we move into the new year. But anyway, let's stop waffling on. Let's get straight into the tier list. Okay, so the first club we have is Portsmouth. This is a tough one, but I think I'm going to say average. Obviously a few years ago we were in the Prem, but they've really dropped off and they've spent some time in League One. So yeah, I'd say average is probably fair. Mansfield, who are in League 2, I think I'm probably going to go small. They had maybe a couple of top 6 finishes recently. I could be completely wrong. By the way, I haven't done any research behind this. This is purely just going off emotion, feeling. There's no stats to back it up. So okay, Cheltenham. I think tiny. They were in League 1 for a bit, spent the last few seasons in League 2. I'd say they're tiny. Tin pot really is harsh, isn't it? But we'll see if anyone goes in there. I mean, I have one club in mind who are going straight in there. But anyway, Leyton Orient, I'd go small, I think. Thing is, I'm scared because, there might be a Mansfield fan who's or a Cheltenham fan who in the comments is oh, you bet Leyton Orient above us, oh, you make me sick, die, and, you know, I hope they don't say stuff like that, but, anyway, MK Dons, I think they're quite small. You know, they were in the Championship, built a lovely big new stadium ahead of their apparent promotion to the Prem, and they've spent most of their time in League 1, so well done to them. Nice stadium though, to be fair. Leicester City, massive surely. Won the Premier League recently, great history, Champions League. I think massive is fair. And the same with this one as well. West Ham are definitely massive. Forever Blow, Wimberballs. Okay, Southend. Now Southend are they're in League 2. I think they're doing absolutely terribly. I'll go with small for Southend. I think that's fair enough. Exeter City. I'll go with small again. My sort of League 2 knowledge isn't fantastic. My League 1 knowledge is a bit better because the team I support are in there, but we'll get to that shortly. Okay, Rochdale. I think small again. I feel like it's just going to be filled with small clubs. Rochdale are in League 1, but I feel like, have they had much success recently? Nah, not really. slightly controversial, but I'm going average. Okay. Cambridge United. I'm gonna go tiny just because I don't know if they've ever been out of League 2. Oh man, I'm definitely. I'm probably exposing my horrific footballing knowledge of like history of clubs, but in my defence, like I apologise for not, revising Fleetwood's 8-year history or whatever. Now we have Norwich City down here, and there is a reason for this. So basically, I am an Ipswich Town fan. Now, people who have been around the channel for a while will maybe remember that I said I supported Tottenham Hotspurs. Now I did this for two reasons. One's more embarrassing, but I can talk openly about it now. So the first reason is I found it easier to just say it was Tottenham rather than Ipswich. I have no links to Tottenham whatsoever, but I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them. And if I were to be asked who's my Prem team, I would definitely say Spurs, and I've said that for ages. But the other reason was obviously Ipswich Town is quite a niche, a relatively niche team to support. You don't get many Ipswich Town supporters about anymore, especially nowadays. And back in the day when I was first doing ASMR videos, to put it bluntly, I was a massive pussy, and basically didn't want people finding out I had this channel, which is shameful, I know. And I look back and I just think, you were so desperate to, not be embarrassed. You concealed your identity. So yeah, cancel me. I'm a fraud. I lied about my football team. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm holding my hands up. I'm not a pussy anymore. I couldn't care less if people find it. It's all fun and games. But yeah, I do support Ipswich Town. Supported them my whole life. And Norwich, obviously being our biggest rivals, can happily sit there in tin pot. You love to see it. Okay, next team, we have Brentford. I'm going to go average for Brentford. I'm going to go average. Definitely a team on the up. I'd love to see them in the Premier League next season. I'd have preferred them to have been in the Prem when they had their old stadium. Was a big fan of that stadium. I know I said MK Dons' ground was nice, but I'm a huge fan of the four stand stadiums as opposed to a bowl like the Emirates or Wembley. I feel like you get a much better atmosphere in four stand stadiums. Blackpool had their time in the Premier League, didn't they? Massively dropped off now in League One, chilling. I'll go. I think I'm going quite small for Blackpool. Oh no, I can't do that because they were recently in the Prem. I think that would be really harsh. Although no one's recently in the Prem, but they're in Timport, but that's because of my own biased opinions. Okay. Sorry if I talk really quickly. I'm conscious that there are loads and loads of clubs to get through, so I don't want this to be a 1 hour video. Bristol Rovers. I'll go quite small for Bristol Rovers. Charlton Athletic. Charlton are a big club. Surely Charlton are a big club, right? I've realised I've put Charlton over Fulham. Well, you know what? I'm sticking. We'll do revisions at the end. We'll have a look and see who we've got where. Okay, Queen's Park Rangers, QPR. Tough one, really. They've been in and out of the Prem, but been in the Championship for the last few years. I don't know. I'm between average and I think here. By the way, I might order these at the end, so if they're bordering big, they'll go at the front. So Blackpool would be there. Portsmouth, yeah. Okay, so that will be the order there. I'm actually going to do that now. I think West Ham are bigger than Leicester. No, I think Leicester are actually bigger than West Ham. I have no idea who to do for these. I'm not going to bother. Cheltenham are probably bigger than Cambridge, and you can sit down there. And MK Dons. Okay, I'm happy with that order. Let's move on. Swindon down. League One at the minute. I'll go small. Swindon down small. Paul guys' knowledge might be better than mine, and you might think some of these deserve to go up here. I apologise, it's my opinion. Newcastle, yeah, Newcastle there. That is probably controversial, seeing as, you know, Leicester won the Premier League recently, they're competing for top 4 consistently. But Newcastle are a huge, huge club. They play terrible football now, don't get me wrong, but their history and just the kind of club they once were, I think grants them status as still a massive club. Just because you have a big decline doesn't mean you're necessarily not a big club anymore. That's why Charlton are in big for me, but Accrington Stanley, who are they? They can come in small and they can come like here. Maybe there. Yeah, like that. Rotherham United. That's tough. Rotherham, I'm gonna go. I can't put them on par with these, so I'm going there. But they can go up there. Sorry to any Rotherham fans. Hull City. Hull City, Hull City. I'm going average and I'll pop them there. I think that's fair. Yeah. I'm sticking with it. I've got to stick to my guns. AFC Bournemouth. I think they're average as well. I'm going to put them. Oh, who's bigger, Brentford or Bournemouth? I'm going to go Bournemouth. No, Brentford. Oh, I don't know. This is actually, you know, when I came up with this idea literally yesterday, I thought this was going to be so much more straightforward, but it's actually stressing me out. But hopefully you're still finding it entertaining and relaxing. Chelsea, elite. Don't think we need to have a discussion there. Southampton, you know, don't have a huge history, but I guess they kind of do, but they've really cemented themselves as a great Premier League team, competing for top 4 at the minute somehow, but they look great. Ralph Hasenhutl's done a great job. Coventry City, I'll go upper end of quite small. Oh no, actually, we'll put them in average. There, we'll put them in average. Well done, Coventry, you are an average club. Everton. Everton can go there. I feel like apologising after every like club placement, but I need to just stick to my guns and stop. Forest Green Rovers. I think they're tiny, you know, but they're doing well this season. Would be great if they went up. Fleetwood, I think small. They can go there. Sunderland. Sunderland are a big club. They are a big club, and like Charlton. Wait, I'm putting Southampton there. Just because they're in League One, you know, doesn't take, you know, away from that. Or Aston Villa. I think they're bottom end of massive, right? I think they're bottom end of massive. I think that's fair enough. Yeah, obviously doing okay this season. Not too bad, not too bad. Watford. Watford's a tough one. Been up and down, yo-yoing a little bit. I'm going to go bottom end of big. Just because they have been in the Prem for a few years, you know, got relegated last season. Salford, I'm going to go tiny, but that's only because, you know, of their very limited sort of history, and, you know, they're definitely a club on the up. Got a few good players on their books, actually. I think that James Wilson, the old Man United youngster, like, plays for them now, and maybe Darren Gibson, could be wrong, but they're definitely a team on the up. Now, Bristol City, I'd say average, and I'm going to put them... Oh, that's actually quite controversial. A Blackpool. Nah, Bristol City are bigger than Blackpool, I reckon. Are they bigger than... Oh, no, I'll have been in the Premier League more recently. Sheffield United, going here, definitely. So my girlfriend is a Sheffield United. I know I said earlier that if I were to pick a Premier League team, as, you know, if I was asked, I would say Spurs, but however, my girlfriend being a Sheffield United fan, I have developed a affinity for the club, and, you know, I really hope they stay up, but it's not looking great. They lost 3-2 to Man United tonight, but at least they scored 2 goals, eh? But yeah, she has a season ticket, so we've been to a couple of games. Well, she's been to loads, but I've tagged along sometimes. But yeah, they're definitely a massive club, and I'm glad they're in the Prem, and I hope that they stay there for as long as possible. Burton Albion, the Brewers. Burton Albion, I think, are here. Actually, here. I think they're quite a small club. I think that's fair. Peterborough United can go in quite small as well. Haven't really done much in a while, have they? No. Wolves. Wolves can go. Wait, Sunderland should be above Charlton, definitely. I wonder how many of you have been like screaming at me, like, "Oh, I shouldn't go there, you idiot." No, Wolves are bigger than Charlton now. I think that's fine. That's so controversial, but the thing is, I can't rank it on like where the clubs are, like position-wise, because then you may as well just look at a league table. But I feel like I've mixed up a fair amount. There's a few controversial picks in there. Crystal Palace, I think, go here, right? Yeah, I think they're a big team now, definitely. Grimsby Town, I think I'm going to put them tiny, don't know why, just because, and I'm sure people from Grimsby and Grimsby Town supporters hate this, but I watched the film Brothers Grimsby, the Sacha Baron Cohen film, and one, it was so funny, but two, it made Grimsby look like a shithole, so I'm putting them in tiny, just based on that. No, I don't think they're the biggest club in the world, so by definition, they're tiny, okay. Crewe Alexandra, I would say a small, probably, they're doing alright at the minute. I'm going to put them here. I don't know why, Leonor in there. Oh, this is a shambles. Okay, Millwall. Oh, Millwall. I think they're high-end average, right? I think they're here. I think I might have been a bit harsh with some of these clubs. Like, I think some of the ones in average have a shout at being big, but, you know, we'll make revisions at the end. Preston North End. Preston. I think they're average, and they can go here. Oh no. Here. Yeah. Right, come on. Let's rattle through. I'm just gonna wrap the next 6. I'm just gonna blitz through with no real explanation. Sorry, my brain malfunctioned then. Right. Wycombe Wanderers. They can go small. Tranmere can go in small. Walsall can go in small. Brighton. I was going to give an explanation. I still think Brighton are a relatively small club. Oh, I'm back in Brentford. I just like Brentford, really. They're my boys. Again, no links to. Alright, I need to stop. I've got 3 more to do without explanations. Doncaster can go here. Blackburn can go. Oh, that's tough. Blackburn can go here. And Arsenal, elite. Although at the minute, shall we put Arsenal in tin pot? You know what? I'm keeping Arsenal in tin pot just because of how bad they are at the minute. And you know what? Actually, no, better explanation. Arsenal are a tin pot club purely because of their fan base. Now, if you're an Arsenal fan, hold your horses. Don't start spamming the comments with hate. The majority of Arsenal fans are fine. Arsenal Fan TV have literally poisoned the Arsenal fan base and the way fans view their club and treat their club, in my opinion, as an outsider. That Arsenal Fan TV should have been shut down years ago. It just spreads and breeds hate and negativity and toxicity, and you know, it's just ridiculous. Like Troops and DT just ranting like they know everything about football. Yeah, I doubt they can, you know, hardly kick one themselves. It's just ridiculous. But I'm really not a fan of Arsenal Fan TV, so for my reasoning, that puts them in tin pot. And you know, like, the results aren't great at the minute, and like Aubameyang's been very stinky lately. That's I should probably explain that stinky isn't me referring to what he smells like. I'm sure he smells fine. I'm more referring to how he's been playing. Awful. Okay, let's move on. Arsenal in tin pot. Arsenal and Norwich. Lovely. AFC Wimbledon can go. Oh, you know what? I'm putting them here just because they used to be a big club. Yeah, suck on that Rotherham and MK Dons. Newport County, I think a tiny right. Plus, are they from Wales? I get mixed up which one's from Wales. I think Newport's Wales. And they should not be in the English Premier League, and neither should Swansea, and neither should Cardiff. Leeds. Leeds are a massive club, right? Leeds can go here. Leeds bigger than Sheffield United, controversial, but yeah, I think it's great to see Leeds back in the Prem. You know, lots of people think they're sort of scummy or whatever, but like, I got no problem with Leeds. I quite like them, to be honest. Oldham are small for sure. Stoke. Oh, do you know what? I'm putting Stoke in elite, and I'll tell you why. How many times do you hear the phrase, "Oh, I bet you can do on a cold, wet, rainy night in Stoke"? So don't get me wrong, the team itself have been awful. They were in the Prem for a bit, but now they've dropped off, and they're just like in the absolute, like, they're in bits. But like, they have this reputation for the Britannia being freezing, and like, I remember Berahino in an interview was like, "No, it really is that cold." But like, I think they deserve to be in elite just because like they've become like a popularised phrase, like literally a part of British football culture. So I'm putting them in elite, not based on their performances or history, but purely based on culture. So I think people can, you know, appreciate that. Right, we got a fair few more left to do. Maybe like 30 left. Burnley. I'd say Burnley, lower end of big, definitely. Bolton. Oh, Bolton are a good club. No, Bolton can go here. These four are kind of like near big, because they are kind of big clubs in terms of ex-history, or not ex-history, history, their following, etc., that kind of thing. So Oxford United, I'll go quite small, but I'll put them like here. Actually, bottom end of quite small. Yeah. Okay, we don't need to talk about that one at all. No discussion there. Lovely. Macclesfield Town. Didn't they go to the conference? So I'm going to put them there. Shrewsbury, I think, are small. I'm going to put in there. Huddersfield Town are very average. Huddersfield can go, yeah, here. I think that's fair. Sheffield Wednesday, oh, I think are average, right? But high average. Maybe there. I'm putting them above Brighton. I don't see Brighton as a very big club, I'll be totally honest about it. You know, they can go there. Yeah, why not? Nottingham Forest. You know what? Nottingham Forest can go in here. They are a very big club. They are a big club. I know they haven't been in the Premier League for a while, but they've come very close. I reckon if they had a board sounds small. Gillingham, I'd say small again, but maybe a little bit higher up, maybe about there. Northampton Town. Now, Northampton is actually where I'm from. So you know what, Elite, been to quite a lot of games. Yeah, they can stay in there. Okay, Derby County. I'd say Derby are probably a big team, right? Do you know what? I don't even know with clubs like Derby, because they've been so bad recently, whether they even warrant being big anymore. But I'd say, oh no, you know what? I'm gonna put them here. Then I'd say Portsmouth are bigger than. Oh no, they're not. No, they're not. Oh, this is horrible. Man United are just an elite club, aren't they? They just are. West Brom, I'd say average. Yeah, I don't look at West Brom and think, oh yeah, that's a huge club. Bradford City, you know what, I'm putting Bradford here, because didn't they once upon a time, didn't they used to be quite good? I don't know. But I remember they went on a good FA Cup run, and, you know, I enjoyed that, so, you know, they get in on that. Tottenham Hotspur, oh, are they elite? They haven't won too much recently. They do look great under Mourinho. Recently lost 2-1 to Liverpool though. I'm going to put them in massive. I actually probably think Newcastle are a bigger. No, I don't. That one's tough. Newcastle probably have a slightly better history, but just on recent performances, I'm putting Spurs there. Top end of massive, bottom end of elite for sure. Luton Town, I'd say average, probably like yeah. Morecambe are small. Scunthorpe, quite small, but like back end of there. Swansea, average. They're chilling in here somewhere. I'll go. They're probably bigger than Preston, right? Not as big as. Yeah, that'll do. Birmingham City, quite a high-end average, I reckon. Maybe, yeah, I'd say that. Liverpool are elite. Oh, by the way, I've got to order these. Oh, well. Ipswich, obviously, there, of course. Then, if we're being serious, we have Liverpool. Oh, but Man United over Chelsea. Just mainly because of history. Northampton there, because, you know, it was a bit of a joke. And then Stoke, because it's not really football related. Right, the final 7. Carlisle United. Small. I don't know how to think about that. Man City. They're an elite club now, but I'm putting them there because they don't have the same history as the other clubs, but, you know, recently they haven't looked up to par this season. Obviously last season they weren't great, but, you know, they have the Premier League points record, and, you know, I've won quite a few trophies. I'd quite like to see Pep win the Champions League with City, but at the same time it's also funny when they fail. So Colchester United, I'm putting in tin pot, literally bottom end of tin pot, because even though Colchester and Ipswich are technically nearer to each other than Ipswich and Norwich, Colchester fans are always convinced that, like, we're their most bitter rivals, and, like, sorry, my squeaky chair, by the way, and like, it's like the biggest derby in East Anglia, and, like, Ipswich fans don't really pay any attention to Colchester at all. We're kind of just like, okay, whatever. But I always see Colchester fans, like, saying, oh yeah, it's a big rivalry, and we're just like, okay, whatever, mate. So they can go and tin pot for there. Sorry if you're Colchester fans. Also, I think you booed the Black Lives Matter kneel thing, but I shouldn't have brought that up, because, you know, there are plenty of clubs here where it happened, like Millwall and stuff, and, you know, Millwall, quite a few of their fans, you know, have a reputation for not being very nice, and I will leave it at that, because I don't want to offend anybody else through my waffling. Okay, final 5. Barnsley FC. Now, there was actually a guy in the comments in my last video who I think it was a Barnsley fan, because he said best to last. So you know what, for you, mate, if you're watching Barnsley are going in elite, that's just for you, mate. Thanks for watching and commenting. That's your reward, you get Barnsley in this really, truly meaningful tier list. Okay, Reading Football Club, I'd say average, probably about there. Wigan, oh, shame Wigan had such a decline, but yeah, I'd say they're about there. Middlesbrough, probably about there. And to finish off, we have Lincoln City, who I think are quite small. I can go there. Well, that is my finished tier list. We've done it. I said I was going to go back through and make revisions, but I think I could and ah about the orders and, you know, different things. I'm just leaving it at that, but I mean, you guys know from listening and watching how difficult I found it. It was probably somewhat painful to listen to, but as long as you found it semi-relaxing and entertaining, then I have done my job. Please do leave comments with, you know, things you agree with. Obviously there's a few jokey ones in there, so don't go like being like, oh, Ipswich aren't elite. I know they're not elite. If I'm going to put them anywhere, we'd be in Tim Pot, okay? But I'm not going to. I'm going to back my team. But do comment down below, say you're a Crew fan and you believe Crew should be an average team. Do comment why and that. I think I will do more tier lists in the future. I wonder if there's like a European Football Club one, but I also want to do other tier lists like fast food restaurants, takeaways, that kind of thing, because like I think it could be interesting, and in particular as we grow our audience it could generate some interesting discussions and debate in the comments. But for now I just thought this would be a fun football related ASMR video to do, so I hope you did enjoy. As I said, new mic, new camera on the way, so watch this space for some good content. I've got a schedule of videos for the next month and a bit, so keep an eye out for them. Subscribe if you are new, please leave a like, and I will see you all in the next video.